I forgot my coffee.
So since we moved back to New Zealand, we thought we'd go over New Zealand's slang. I've lived in New Zealand for 3 years now, and some of it has thrown me massively. My partner is Kiwi, this one here. So I've been used to a few of the words, or most of them, but a few of them have been really weird. So the first word is dairy. This actually means a corner shop. So your local shop, not a big supermarket, and I think in America they call
like
it
a mini mart? Would it be like a mini mart?
Yeah, I think so.
Like a corner shop, like a small convenience store.
Convenience store is what they would call it in America. It really threw me that they call it a dairy because it sells way more than just dairy.
The next word on our list is actually unique to the North Island of New Zealand, and that's batch. And if you're in the South Island, you'd call it a crib. So just to be inclusive of all of New Zealand here, did you know what that was when you moved here?
No.
So a batch or a crib is like a holiday house. It's normally the North Island a beach house. Traditionally, a batch would be kind of like very, very basic, like a little bit run down, although these days batches are really modern. But yeah, it's like a second house that's not your primary house. It's somewhere you go on holiday to, like a holiday home.
Yeah. So if you are coming here and are looking to stay somewhere nice at the beach, try a website called Book a Batch, because only Kiwis know. Like, if you're from the UK or from America or from anywhere else in the world, you would not know to search that website.
The next word on our list is jandals, and I personally love this. It's a flip-flop if you're from America or the UK. Americans and Brits call it flip-flops.
Yeah.
If you're from Australia, you'll probably call them thongs, which is always controversial for other reasons. But in New Zealand, we call them jandals. They're like the plastic rubber shoes that you wear with the little bit between your toes.
I actually really love the word jandal, and I've taken that on because it's, I don't know, it's endearing. I was told that it means Japanese sandal, which in my head makes sense. The next word is togs, and this one I didn't know until we moved here, and that just means your swimsuit. And I really like it because it's one syllable, nice and easy. Togs. The next one is a really interesting word. I had no idea what it meant, and that's scroggin. This is trail mix that you would take if you were going on a hike.
The next one I didn't realise was kind of unique to New Zealand, and I don't think it is because people around the world say this, but that's bro. We say bro a lot. It comes from brother, obviously.
Everybody can be a bro. It's a word that everyone uses. Like, bro is used probably universally, but the amount that it's used here, it's become a Kiwiism.
I'm not trying to claim that bro is unique to New Zealand. I think we just use it uniquely.
Yeah, and a lot. The next one, people in the UK will know the word, which is munted, but means slightly different things. Munted here, I believe, means like broken or messed up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next word on our list is chook, which is a chicken. I didn't realise half these words were unique to New Zealand. If someone's having a roast dinner with a roast chicken, they'd call it a roast chook.
It's quite interesting in New Zealand. It just seems that like every word is shortened because they're all so chill here. So it just becomes, instead of chicken, chook.
The next one is one that I say a lot.
Yeah, and I've also started saying it loads as well. And to be honest, I said this in the UK when we lived together there. Renata said it all the time. And that is yeah, nah.
It can be very confusing if you're not a Kiwi. Yeah, nah is basically confusing because it's like yes and no used together. For example, so if somebody said like, are you going to Josh's party at the weekend? You'd be like, yeah, nah, I don't think I'll go. It's like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
And basically it just means the last part. And the more I say it, the less meaning it holds.
And on the same vein of things that don't really make sense, we add a to the end of everything. Like, oh, it's a nice day, eh?
Yeah.
That coffee's good, eh?
It's basically like, at the end of a sentence, they're just asking a question. But it's rhetorical. But it honestly is something that I say all the time. Hey.
Yeah. You kind of use it like a sentence closer, or to make it it's a statement. It's like a question, but it's not a question, it's a statement. And you can just put it on anything. I like that dress, eh?
What a game, eh? Yeah. A.
I'll drink my drink.
The next word is one that I never knew about until I moved to Auckland, and which is Jaffa, which is spelled J-A-F-A, slightly differently to Jaffa cakes from the UK, but this means something completely different.
In New Zealand, we also have a Jaffa lolly, which is like...
Sweet.
It's kind of, think of like a round M&M, except it's just like a hard chocolate ball with an orange flavoured and coloured hard shell coating on the outside.
But Jaffa means just another...
Fantastic!
Aucklander. And it's quite derogatory.
It's not fantastic.
Basically, everyone outside of Auckland hates Aucklanders. Here's someone being referred to as a Jaffa. It's not a nice thing.
The next one on our list is hot chips, and I totally agree with Josh that this makes absolutely no sense. Why don't you tell me what it's like in the UK first? You explain to me, like, if you went and got fish and chips, what kind of chips would they be?
They would be...
Chips.
Chips.
And if you went and you bought a packet of salt and vinegar chips in a bag, what would they be?
Crisps. Two different things.
So in New Zealand, if you buy a packet of salt and vinegar chips, crisps, we just call them chips. They're just chips. Nacho chips, salt and vinegar chips, really salted chips.
Same as America.
Chips. If you buy chips that are served hot, if you buy hot chips, we call them hot chips. We oversimplify it. Chips are chips. All chips are chips. If they're hot chips. We don't call them crisps. Anyway.
Yeah. The next one I find so interesting because in the UK this word means something very different. It means like a homeless person or someone who smells. It would be thrown around as a derogatory term in school.
I had to stop and think about what word you were talking about there, and I was like, what is that?
But here in New Zealand, they use the word tramping for a hike. So if you're going...
On a tramp?
On a tramp, which in the UK means something very different, you're just going for a hike. So if you hear someone saying, I'm going tramping this weekend, it's not as bad as it sounds. And on from that, this one's, again, one that I just don't really understand. If someone was to be going out drinking alcohol this weekend, you may hear someone saying, oh, I'm getting on the piss tonight.
OTP.
Could mean something very different in most places in the world. Or, do you want a can of piss? Not really, thank you. I'll have a beer though.
Another Kiwiism that we say quite a lot is, she'll be right. And that just means like, everything will be okay. It'll work out, things will fall into place, she'll be right, don't worry about it.
The next one, I'm not actually really sure, to be honest, what it is. The word snag.
So snag is a sausage, and people often say like, chuck a snag on the barbie. Barbie being barbecue.
I don't know where it comes from. I don't understand it myself.
I feel like it's Australian. If you're an Australian and you're watching this, can you please let us know, is snag Australian or Kiwi? But yeah, it means sausage.
The next word is yarn, and this isn't referring to a ball of yarn. This is about telling a story, or...
Spinning a yarn.
Spinning a yarn, which is telling a story or talking about something.
You wanna have a yarn about it? Just like have a chat?
Very strange.
Not if you're a Kiwi though. The next one kind of fits with our like tramping scroggin theme, and that's dunny, which is basically a toilet, specifically kind of like an outdoor toilet. Well, I would think of it being an outdoor toilet anyway, like a long drop. But yeah, a dunny could be any toilet. Okay, next
I think that one's also an Aussie, could be across the ditch as well. Which is also another one, across the ditch is Australia, or the other way around would be New Zealand.
The next one is far out, and you could use it in a context like, far out, this video is going on for so long.
I've started using far out since we had Gaia because it's a good way of stopping yourself from saying another F word when you've got children around. Oh, far out!
Yeah, so that's far out. So the next one is similar to far out, and that's hard out. And that's like something was extreme or like really cool, or you really want to do it. Do you want to go watch the football this weekend?
Hard out?
Oh, I was going hard out in that game. I was like giving it my best, my all.
Hard out. And the last word that we've got for you, similar word, hard case.
Hard case is basically like somebody who's a really unique character, got a strong personality. Oh, they're a hard case, eh? Like they're really funny, they're amusing, they might be like really intense at their job. So those are 22 random things that we say in New Zealand that you might not have known before.
I feel like they're all really endearing and super cool. So yeah, love it.
Thanks for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you didn't make it to the end, you won't be watching this, but if you did make it to the end, thank you for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and let us know if you want to see any other specific videos from New Zealand.
Yeah, and we love all of you guys that have been watching us along the way, and we're really looking forward to having some new content from here in New Zealand.
Bye. Like, what's that one from The Simpsons? Quickie Mart. What's the word I'm looking for? We're not going to get through them all at this rate. This is how much we talk about all of them. We should do a rapid fire round.
More on that word later.
Is there more on that word later?
Yeah, tramping.
Oh, yeah. That's like such a terrible explanation.
So,
hang on, I've got
no, I've got, oh. Nah, yeah. And that would then mean...
Do people say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's enough of an explanation on that.
Yeah.
You should be like, nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Chips and hot chips.
Well, I don't think they have chips in America.
I don't even think they'll know what the word is that we're talking about here. It's hot chips. Yeah.
Nah. A chip? Oh.
And another... That was really loud. Let's just leave it. We'll just work with what we've got.
Alright, cool.
Another Kiwiism that we say... Nate wouldn't do it to Cara. Another word...
Another word?
I think I'll just keep it sweet and short. Another word that Kiwis say quite often is choice, and that's like a... Oh, choice. Like, that's cool, or... And that's like an agreement... What did I say it was? Another...
Choice, good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a weird thing, but I couldn't think on the spot. Which doesn't mean what it should mean.
The Hyundai needs a waft. Round 12.
So yeah, you say, what should I say? What, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to go to the sports this weekend?
Hard out.
The sports.
They're not going to make it to this far in the video.